let's just go ahead and debunk this guy in real time.
I really don't think this gerrymandering situation is going to work out like the Democrats want it to. And I think the reason is because the United States is just too awake right now.
Pause. Did you just tell everybody that you're woke? Continue.
I really don't think this gerrymandering situation is going to work out like the Democrats want it to. And I think the reason is because the United States is just too awake right now. We're looking at everything going on. Now, they're complaining about gerrymandering in Texas has now become a national issue, right? And can you see the curtain opening here? Like, think about it like this, right? We know that there is voter fraud. We know that there are illegals voting in some states through mail-in ballots and all that shit.
Pause. No, you don't. As a matter of fact, the Heritage Foundation did a multi-election study going back years. And over all of the years that they went back, the far right-wing Heritage Foundation, the people that wrote Project 2025, they could only find like 1,500 verified cases of voter fraud in like 10 or 15 years. Not enough to change a single fucking district, let alone a state. And undocumented immigrants don't vote in federal elections. That's why when Donald Trump and his lawyers failed 63 times to get the election results overturned, and the Supreme Court told them twice to tell their story walking, Donald Trump's own lawyers had to walk back into court and defend their own law licenses, their own legal licenses, because they brought forward frivolous lawsuits, because there is no evidence of that. But if you have some, show it, champ. Continue.
And all that shit. There are ways to get around the voting without an ID thing, right? But the big thing is the electoral college, the population density, right? If you take away all of the people that aren't supposed to be here, illegals in whatever way, shape, and form, right? And then you account for the deportations, right? Once that gets out of the way, all of these districts are going to have to be remapped, redrawn, right? So this local issue in Texas is now about to become a national issue. And dare I say, is Trump playing 3D chess here? Because it really seems like he is. It seems like moves are being made in such a way that the Democrats will shoot themselves in the foot, thinking that they're doing it for their own best interest. If gerrymandering becomes a national issue and we start a new census, this might very well be decimating for what's left of the Democratic Party. It might very well start the next Republic red wave. Follow me here.
Pause. You didn't really bother to do any of the math, did you? Your argument is, if we do a new census and we don't count undocumented people, which isn't what the Constitution says. Let's go over that first, shall we? Let's go over what the Constitution says about how we count our people and create our congressional districts. In Article 1, Section 2.3, you'll read right at the top, representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states which may be included within this union according to their respective numbers, which shall be determined by adding the whole number of free persons, including those bound to service for a term of years, and excluding Indians not taxed 3/5 of all other persons. We were counting slaves back then, and you don't want to count immigrants now? But okay, your argument is if we just don't count any of the undocumented immigrants, then it's really going to hurt the Democrats in these blue states that are loaded up with undocumented immigrants, right? I mean, that's what you're saying. In California, it is estimated that the number of undocumented immigrants is 1.8 million people, the raw number. 6.9% of California is undocumented. That equates to 1.8 million people. Just looking at Texas alone, you guys have, Texas has 7.1% of that population as undocumented, which accounts to 2.1 million individuals. So California would lose 1.8 million people in the census, but Texas would lose 2.1 million people in the census. And you say it's going to hurt Democrats more. And those are just taking the two big states from the two big parties, right? The biggest state the Republicans control is Texas. The biggest state Democrats control is California. California has 39 million people. Texas has 30 million people. They have 9 million fewer people, but they would lose more in a census like that than California would. Did you bother to do any of the math?